welcome to my page. My name is Hannah. Lovely to have you here. If you're watching this little bit, it's the replay. So hi! I'm just going to share this, and I said that I would be on Instagram tonight. So this is a bit of a special live stream, this one. Almost like a mini training, actually. Going to explore colour. Looks like it's on an angle. Oh, there we go. Yes, it was on an angle. Okay, sweet. Yay! Sort it out. So I'm just going to... I haven't done an Instagram live for quite some time, actually. Where is my Instagram? Oh, it's here. I'm pretty sure I can do Instagram live from my iPad. I haven't done it for a while, actually. So let me just jump on here. All right. Yay. And share this. Who's here with me? Hey Jade, seeing who is joining me live tonight, just sharing this, doing a bit of share, and let's see if this is going to work, because I said I was going to go on there. Yay! Do-do-do-do. Sweet. Okay, cool. I got Instagram live happening too, because I haven't actually gone live on Instagram for ages. So this is a bit exciting. Okay, now I'm here and present. So if you're watching, please let me know if there's anything that you'd like to know about colour. I thought I had more colour stuff, actually. I was like, oh yeah, I've got all this information on colour, but I think what it is that I know a lot about colour with the chakras and all of that. Hey Savannah, so got Instagram and Facebook happening, so a little bit excited because I haven't done Instagram live for so long. Loving seeing all your, hey Tabitha, yeah, there's lots of people on Instagram joining too, woohoo! Loving seeing all your supping and everything, it's so awesome, loving seeing it. Hey, can I call you Uli? Because I know I've got another lady and I always struggled to like pronounce her name. I think hers was Ulrich, and I'm like, how do I spell your name? Sound it. How do I say your name? Do you mind if I call you Uli, is what I'm asking. Tabitha, welcome. So I've got, yay, thanks Uli. So I've got our colour cards here, and I don't know if I can turn this around. I don't think I can. No, I'll just show you my computer screen that's leaning up against. I am just going to turn this around though. So please let me know if you have any questions about colour as well, because I've got... do have the cards, and I guess the message that I was wanting to share about colour is like, and I'm like, I thought I had more cards, and I'm looking at my bookshelf going, where's all my colour stuff? I think it is because I work deeply with the chakras, and with the chakras, obviously they're like the rainbow, yeah? The crown is purple, the third eye is dark indigo blue, the ears are magenta pink, the throat is a skylight blue, heart is green, and solar plexus is yellow. Orange is orange. The sacral chakra is orange, and the base chakra is red. Hey, everybody's joining live. Welcome. So when we really, think about those chakras that I just shared, they are the color of the rainbow, right? And, you know, I always think, isn't it amazing that we are the colors of the rainbow? Like, you know, like that the chakras are the color of the rainbow, right? And I always think that people just know you need to wear more orange and yellow. Yay! Well, I'm going to show you how you can use color healing without using any physical stuff too. So you don't need to go and buy anything necessarily. Obviously, if you're called to, you can. But it is very much around, you know, like how can we heal without any physical items? Because it is very, very possible. And it is what I'm passionate about too. At the end of the day, I realize. And, you know, the colors of the rainbow do live in us. And if we look at the light spectrum, black and also white have every single color in that. And, you know, a rainbow is the color of, you know, the chakras. We're the color of the chakra, like color of rainbow, and we are the color of a rainbow, right? It's like a reflection, funnily enough. And the other part to that is that in, like I said, in white, there's every spectrum of the rainbow, and in black is every spectrum of the rainbow too. So ultimately, everything has everything in it. And when we can remember that, so for example, Tabitha, when you're saying you need to buy more orange, of course you can do that, right? But with black, you can be like drawing out of the black frequency, you can be drawing out orange. And the way that I'm talking, I'm saying, you know, drawing out those colors or, you know, using them, it's like, how do you use them and heal without buying anything? So instead of buying something orange, what you can do is, like I said, just imagine, right? You're using your imagination. And, you know, if you've been following me, you'll understand that your imagination is not your imagination, right? It is your imagination, but your imagination is the seed of your intuition. So the more that you can use your imagination. So for example, you know, people are like, oh, see the color orange and breathe the color orange in, and you're like, I don't see it, like, right? Being mindful as well, that when you say I don't see, then you're affirming that you don't see through your third eye. You don't use your clairvoyance. Well, you use it, but you're not strong in it, right? Yet the reality is that every time you say I don't see, you're affirming that, so it lessens. Whereas if you go, okay, I'm learning to see with my clairvoyance the color orange, or I'm learning to see whatever. And the factor with that is that there's more than just one way. So for example, when you're saying, Tabitha, you know, I need to buy orange, I need to buy, you know, wear more orange and yellow. When to do it without buying it necessarily is, you know, you can do it as I'm saying this, right? So I want you to pick up a color that's in the rainbow. Whatever first color comes to mind, that's your color, right? Don't doubt that. Okay, that's your intuition. You might have just felt a color, you might have thought about a color, you might have seen a color, you might have heard a color blue, right? Whatever color you just thought of, stick with that. Don't go, oh, actually, I'm not sure, I didn't see it. Okay? We receive our intuition through 4 main ways, and it's not about always seeing something, okay? So when you can breathe in, hey Cass, thanks. When you can breathe in a color, so for example, blue or orange or whatever color came to mind, I want you to imagine, you know, like, and you can imagine it coming from the sun, you can imagine it coming from nature, you can imagine it coming from an angel or a spirit guide. And, you know, I want you to imagine as you're breathing in, imagine breathing in that color. So whether it is, like, instead of breathing in air, you're breathing in that color. So I'm going to use blue, for some reason that came to me. So imagine yourself taking a breath of blue air. So like, you know how you'd see on a movie or, you know, smoke or something like that. It would be like that, right? It'd be like blue, but it's like that vibrational color of whatever color, right? It's the vibration that you're breathing in. And then as you exhale, you're also breathing that. Now, some people say to breathe out any darkness, breathe out any heaviness. Now, while that is good, I heard somewhere along my, you know, spiritual journey, it's like, well, when we're breathing out that darkness, we're kind of contributing that to the earth. And it really struck a chord with me. I was like, oh yeah, that's so true. Like, we're really, you know, if we're taking extreme responsibility as a light worker to breathe out that darkness, yes, we can take it to the light, or we can send it directly to the light, or the womb of transformation, we can ask our angels to take it. At the same time, it is that, you know, if we really embrace our powers, then we can, but blue arrived to sacral. Okay, awesome. So, you know, but as a light worker and as an empowered being, we can breathe in whatever we want, and we're also breathing that out, because we are the transformation, we are the transformers. We have the choice to transform the darkness to the light. We have the choice to change it to a different color, right? So when you're breathing in that color and then breathing it out, when you breathe it in, take it one step further into your lungs, that then goes into your bloodstream, that then goes into, you know, your bones, your vital organs, your nervous system, you know, all of that, right? It goes into every single cell of your being like the air would, okay? So that's a really powerful way to heal yourself with color. Very simple. How long did that take? Like, we haven't even been on here very long, have we? Okay, so a couple of minutes, if that, right? So I've got Instagram and Facebook going, so if I seem like I'm looking down, I've got my Instagram happening as well. Thank you guys for joining me on Instagram as well. And so Tabitha just said, I called in orange into my sacral chakra, but blue arrived into my sacral. I was getting blue too. So what we can do when we breathe that in, taking this another step further, is we can breathe that in, and it will go into like air would, or oxygen would, into our bloodstream, into all our cells, and help our body function when we take a deep breath. The next thing that we can do is say, okay, healing light, I ask you to please go where my body needs it the most. Okay, so be like, okay, breathing that in, and just imagine where that light would go. Does it go to a particular place in your body? Does it go to a chakra? Does it go to an organ? Does it go to, where does it go to in your body, right? Being really mindful of, like, and again, don't doubt yourself. Just the first thing you think of, or maybe you get a feeling about it, or I'm like, oh yeah, it feels like it's kind of gone here, right? Then the next step on top of that is, you know, okay, so what's going on here? Like, okay, this is my, pancreas, you know, and around here. So, okay, what's going on here? And then we can, again, if you want to take it one step further, so I'm really talking like self-healing here. So here's free self-healing for you guys. So this is the secret language of the body. And this is also the author of these color cards that I have here by Inna Segal, yeah? So, as I always say, if you watch me all the time, if you do not have this book in your library, you must get it. It is a absolute, what's it called, like plethora of information about how you can heal yourself, in a sense of getting clear on what, you know, so like, okay, so we went to here. This was just for me. I'm not sure if I'm picking up somebody, or this is where I felt it. I'm like, oh, okay, here. So let's look in this book for pancreas. At the index might help, or the, what's it called? It is the index. It says it at the top of the page. I'm like, did I get that wrong? Because the contents is at the front, isn't it? Pancreas, 80 to 81 and 137. So let's just have a look here. Pretty sure it's about the sweetness of life. It's the pancreas. Oh yeah, diabetes. Oh yeah, here we go. Needing sweetness, attention, love, and care. Oh. So that's diabetes. Let me just check the other one. Thought it was about the sweetness. Like, you know, when you're craving sugar? Craving sugar all the time, wanting that sweetness. Okay, possible contributing factors. Okay, inability to savor the sweetness in life. Feeling smothered, over-mothered, or under-nurtured. Experiencing over-concern, hopelessness, helplessness, a lack of control. Easily affected by others. Here we go. So if you really get affected by other people's comments and what they think about you, and you get like nervous and worried about what people are going to think if you do that, or if you step out in your purpose and you do that, people are going to worry. What are people going to think? Oh no, I better not do that because whatever, right? It's just like this subconscious thing going on. So low self-esteem, feelings of bitterness, confusion, or unfairness and unjustness. Craving sugar, sweetness, and softness. Often looking for quick fixes, then experiencing disappointment. The epitome of addiction, that one. Yeah. Very gullible and easily swayed, stubborn and immovable, right? So very, you know, moving with the sheep, but if somebody tries to tell you what to do, you're whatever's, right? So that they're often looking for quick fixes and then experiencing disappointment is big addiction. It's like the core of addiction, right? And this whole thing, you know, and I always say to you, I'm like, if you get offended by what people think, or if you don't step out in your purpose or anything else you're meant to do because you're worried about what other people will think of you, it is your solar plexus, yeah? And it's at your solar plexus just below your heart. It's the color yellow. So when you tune into your solar plexus, is it a bright sunshiny yellow, or is it quite dull and maybe quite like muddy, right? Yeah, addiction, yes. And I just want to share that too there about well, I said it's addiction, right? It's the epitome of addiction, often looking for quick fixes and then experiencing disappointment. Because inability to savor the sweetness in life and, you know, feeling smothered, over-mothered or under-nurtured. So it's like both these massive extremes, right? And this is why, you know, my Trust Intuition course is all based in the solar plexus. It's taking your power back. It's learning how to empower yourself. It's learning how to, you know, take care of yourself so that you can be this empowered light worker and not the empath who gets, you know, thrown over by people and easily swayed by what people say. So I'll do this and then I'll do this, but someone's going to tell me that I'm doing it wrong and I'm just going to buck up or, you know, do it this way. They're often looking for quick fixes and then experiencing disappointment. Also is, Tabitha, where you're sharing with your sacral chakra tonight, it's like the solar plexus is here and then our sacral chakra is one below in the just where our belly button is, yeah? And I'm sure I share this many times. Your sacral chakra is your stomach. It's where, you know, we have our womb as a female. It's, you know, where our stomach is. So if we're eating and eating, or we need to drink, or whatever addiction we have, it's trying to fill our stomach, right? It's trying to fill this hole that can never be filled, that the only thing that gets filled in your stomach is being nourished by spirit, by your soul, by spirituality, by that. But it's about learning how to ground your soul into your body, because if it's not grounded in your body, then you're empty, you know, trying to fill that hole. But when we can work and ground our soul into our body, we don't have that sense of needing to fill up and trying to fill a hole that only your soul and spirit can be and house in your body, right? So that whole thing, often looking for quick fixes and then experiencing disappointment. When our soul is in our body, when we have that deep soul connection to our soul, to spirit, and our connection is strong. When we're grounded in our body, our connection is strong, right? We are authentic with our pain. We're able to, you know, not hold our emotions, but know how to ride them, know how to be present with our emotions rather than it being painful when we disappear out of our body. Because that whole thing of, you know, like the pancreas, and talking about addiction for some reason tonight, it's often looking for quick fixes and then experiencing disappointment. Like I said, like nothing can fill you up. Like nothing can fill you up but your soul. And when you can, you know, really understand that, but consciously choose for your soul to be grounded in your body all the way down to your base chakra, you feel full, you feel nourished, you don't feel stressed out, you don't feel empty, you don't feel like you're looking for that next relationship or the next job or the next person or the next thing that's going to fix you. You don't feel that way because you're nourished from the inside out. It's true source connection. It's the sacral chakra, the orange is, you know, where you are completely nourished. If you really think about it, it's your first port of call when you were in your mother's womb, right? You came out of a womb, you had the umbilical cord connected to your belly, and that was your first point of physical, you know, and emotional experiencing fulfillment. Sustaining fulfillment was through an umbilical cord in your belly for the first 9-10 months of your life. So when you can really understand that and know that deep inside your belly is where you want your soul to be housed, all the way down into your base chakra. And this is why I teach coming down into your soul and your soul into your body with the chakras rather than going up there all the time, is so that we can fully house and be present and actually live our purpose. Grounded, sustaining energy, sustaining fulfillment, yeah? So with that sense, so I'm getting a little bit sidetracked and I want to keep it clearer. So we're talking about colors. So when we're talking about the colors and, you know, so the sacral chakra, hey people, I see you guys joining me on Instagram too. I'm just checking when you said here. So Tabitha, when you said you called in orange into the sacral, because you said at the start of the live stream, you said, I need to buy orange and yellow, I need more of that in my life, which straight away, you know, if we're looking at the color meanings, when we know the chakras, right, and they're the color of the rainbows, as soon as we think a color, it instantly gives us information, right? And information helps us to heal. So like I said, so you said, I need to buy yellow and orange clothes. It's immediately solar plexus and sacral to support them and all of that. And then you said you called in orange into your sacral chakra because the sacral is orange, right? But then you said it was blue that actually went in there. So your blue is, you know, when you allow whatever color comes into your body to come into your body, it's giving your body what you need. It's a nourishing way to fill your body up, to heal your body, and to allow your body to have what it needs to heal, right? So when we're talking there, called in orange and sacral, but blue arrived, it is allowing and trusting whatever color turns up. So when when a different color turns up to what you expect, you go, okay, cool. I received that, or, you know, allowing that to come in just like your breath and oxygen into your bloodstream, into your organs. And when you can, okay, you're like, okay, blue, was it dark blue or was it light blue? So if it was dark blue, darkish blue, that's the third eye. So that's giving you a clue that it's connected to the third eye chakra. If you tune into what third eye chakra means, it's all about relationships. It's all about seeing the truth of a situation. If it was a lighter blue, well, then that would be about your throat chakra. So if you think about what the throat chakra is, it is about speaking your truth. You know, and maybe you've got something you need to voice to somebody or something. Now, because it went into your sacral chakra, there's more information. So if we're looking at, you know, a darker blue, it would be like, okay, so how does the third eye chakra relate to the sacral chakra? What is the information I'm receiving there? So maybe I'm starting to see the truth, because the third eye is all about seeing the truth. See the truth about what's actually going on in how I'm nourishing myself in my life. Maybe I'm getting more information. Maybe I need to change this. Maybe I need to do this. You know, just giving yourself that bit of information. Or if it is that, you know, this light sky blue into your sacral chakra, it could be more like, okay, what am I not being honest with myself about, right? Because if the sacral chakra is where addictions are really housed too, plus here because you're not feeling good enough, like the solar plexus, and the sacral is big, you know, things of taking your power back so that you are nourishing properly, so you're not nourishing from an empty space, right? And you're seeing the truth about what's going on down there, yeah? If it was light blue or sky blue, I mean darker blue. And so for example, with that, you know, if it was here with your throat, so if it was a lighter blue into your sacral chakra, it's, you know, about having your, you know, voice, but it's about being honest with yourself. What do you need to being authentic about, right? Because the throat's connected to the heart, and this is where we feel. And so it is about being authentic in, you know, what we need to do to take care of ourselves, because it's nourishing is the, you know, epitome of the sacral chakra, nourishing yourself, you know, filling yourself up in healthy ways, right? And Tabitha says she had pain in the sacral all day, so blue probably came in to cool it down. So there you're getting that information, right? And the other question I'd be asking too is like, okay, I got pain in my sacral, so, you know, is it, and when I said getting information, I thought inflammation, and I'm like, okay, well, is that a message too? Yeah, it comes in to cool down the inflammation. Is it's flared up, right? If your sacral's flared up, is it a space of understanding, you know, like if that's where your home is, right, in our sacral, and we feel nourished in our home, is there something that's inflaming you or infuriating you or making you angry about your home space? Yeah, will be messages that I'm asking there. Thanks. Got 2 tattoos there, actually. All right. So, so the other thing I wanted to share about that, the color is like allowing it to come into your body, you know, as I shared at the start of this live stream, how to bring that into your body, what that means, using your imagination. If you can't see or if you don't know what color it is, just use your imagination, because it is the seed of your intuition. The more you do it, the more you strengthen your intuition, the more you strengthen your muscles. And remember, when we are working with our intuition, it's a space of really allowing, you know, it's like running the marathon. You wouldn't run a marathon for the first time in your life and expect yourself to win it, right? If you've not done any training or anything like that. So it's the same thing with the intuition. Don't expect to have amazing results if you've only just started, yeah? Or if you know, haven't done any real deep core work to really strengthen that and clear out the negative, heavy stuff, right? So as I said, you know, like really tuning in and knowing the colors really helps to give you information. So there's specific, you know, color therapy out there that you can learn. There's Aurosoma, or is it Aurosoma? There's so many different color therapy you can do. There's crystals, you know, like crystals are crystals, but they're also color because they all have different colors. So, you know, if you are working to heal yourself or working on going through your life, or any, you know, you're needing information and you're really drawn to a certain color, learn about what that vibration and the frequency of that color means, because that will just be giving you more information. And by the way, this is how you strengthen your intuition, that, you know, you're getting these messages about, okay, I really feel drawn to buying orange and yellow clothes. And then, you know, when you really tune into that, it's like that's giving you a message in itself. Oh, okay, yeah, I need to work on my solar plexus and my sacral chakra. Or what do they give me information about my life? Oh yeah, taking my power back and, you know, empowering myself and feeling more confident in who I am and nourishing myself in a healthy way, right? So it's these, you know, and when you actually listen to those messages that seemingly come from the outside, i.e., oh, I need to buy, you know, orange and yellow clothes, and when you tune into what that is, you're strengthening your intuition, because one, you're listening to it, two, you're asking for more information. Okay, well, what do these colors mean? And then you look and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then what step can you do to support yourself in that again, right? So do you have any questions? I know there's a couple of you joining live. I think that was about all that I wanted to say about it. Because there is so much, but you know, how or where do you learn about colors? The chakras are an awesome place to start. I do teach the chakras differently, so if you're new to watching me, I'm going to place my YouTube video in. It's quite a long one, but it's like a free training. I'm not pulling cards. This is just the color cards that I have for to share about the color tonight. So there's Secret Language of Color by Ina Segal. These are the color cards, and it's actually, she's the same author as the book that I always refer to, so that's why I brought them out tonight. I will pull a card for General Collective Consciousness. Let me find my live stream, or it's my YouTube. Okay, the Modern Day Chakra Queen. That is me. Modern Day Chakra Queen, a Life Purpose Queen. I'm going to post this link in the comments here. So this is on my Facebook, actually, because I just realized you guys are watching me on Instagram as well. If you're watching on Instagram, in my bio is a link to my YouTube. And if you scroll through the videos, you'll see it there, the Modern Day Chakra Queen, going through all the chakras there. So if you don't know much about the chakras and you want to learn about them, you can watch my YouTube. Obviously, there's so much information out there. If you're drawn to working with me and following my work and resonate, I do teach the chakras a little bit different. So, you know, and I explain that in the video as well that I just shared in the link in the comments, because with that, it is that, you know, we have been reaching up there for so long that it's time to really ground down in our body and be present with us, be present with ourselves, with our feelings, with other people, with the universe, with what's going on. And the other message that's been coming through too today for me was I saw this video on Facebook today, and it was about there was a guy snorkeling, scuba diving in somewhere off Bali or somewhere in Indonesia, and he had a camera, and it was just like the ocean was just full. Like, he was scuba diving through a sea of rubbish. Like, it was, I almost shared it, and the reason that I didn't is because I'm really conscious about what we're focusing on. And yes, this stuff needs to be seen so that people take action on it. At the same time, I don't feel called that I needed to share such, because with, you know, like where I'm feeling called is to help people wake up, and through the chakras and stepping onto your life purpose, everything that I do, trusting your intuition, all of that wakes you up, and we heal the rubbish inside of ourselves. And until people do that, they're not really going to take much action. They'll be like, oh, we need to do something about that. And then they'll go back to their normal lives. Whereas I'm here to get people onto their life purpose, to clean up the internal rubbish and the internal darkness, because then we'll feel motivated to do something about it. So most of you following me, I'm assuming if you see rubbish on the beach or in nature or something, you're the type of people that would pick it up, right? Because we're conscious of our earth and our mother and our body, and we feel more motivated to do things like cleaning up the earth, right? When we have that, when we're not awake, we just keep going along our day-to-day lives. So what was the point of me saying that? Oh, because when we start to wake up, and, you know, especially when we come down through the chakras, every chakra, every color relates to different aspect and consciousness of our life. And when we really hone in on that, then we really start to wake up on really, really deep, profound levels. We're connected, we're grounded, we're present, and we can move forward on our life purpose. So soon coming up in the Life Purpose Mentorship, I've already started getting information about it, but I'm going to run month by month, chakra by chakra. It'll be like a 9-month journey through the chakras in the Life Purpose Mentorship, and going deep into, you know, what the chakra means, what the colors are about, and all of that. So that'll be coming up later in the year. So I'm a little bit excited about that, because it is my passion, just like trust intuition, just like all of this that we've got going on here, because this is what I'm passionate about waking people up. So with the color, does anybody have questions about color? So if you're just joining me live, I explained how to use color, how to breathe it in, how to find out what it means, to help your intuition build, and to find out more information about what's going on for you in your life, right? I've got the color cards. I'm not pulling cards for people individually, but I will pull a card for the collective consciousness. And I was probably talking about that rubbish for a reason. Let's see what ends up coming up. Oh, 2 has come up because 1 fell on the ground. All right, so the one that fell on the ground, oh, that's interesting. Okay, so the one that's come out is Rose. So Rose is attracting a relationship, and I'll show you Instagram as well. Oh, there we go, you can see it, Rose. So attracting a relationship. You can see it's very much the red and the dark. They're both quite red, actually, speaking of the base chakra and needing to be grounded in your body and present, so that you're aware of what's going on in your life, so that you can, you know, which one do I say first? I've got all this information coming out. It's like excitement. So when we work through the chakras, right, as I said, I come down. So if you are, you know, so Casa just said, what color can you wear to block unwanted energy? So I actually did a specific live stream on how to protect your energy. And what I'm speaking about of what, you know, most of us are cut off from our feelings. And because we don't feel safe to feel, we've learnt from a very young age that it's not okay to cry and all this jazz, right? So we kind of, our soul is kind of hovering above our body. We're living out there because it's too painful to be in here, and we're not accepted when we're in here feeling our feelings and emotional and all of that. So we'll live outside and just kind of block everything out, and then we get physically sick because our body's trying to wake us up and go, hey, are you listening to me? And then you know, feel that, and your soul can come in a little bit. When we actually ground down, and this is why I'm saying working through the chakras from the top down, we bring the conscious awareness, because the crown is all about opening to spirit, allowing spiritual help, allowing spiritual light into our body. So when we come down, then we come to our third eye. We're actually seeing the truth about our reality and what's going on in our life, past, present, and future. We see the bigger picture about everything that's going on. Our ear chakra is open to receive feminine energy, open to receive divine guidance, open to receive the feminine, and masculine. They've got both, but mainly feminine, because to listen, we need to be quiet. In quiet, we can hear, but it's a very open energy because we need to be open to receive, right? And then the throat is that sense of speaking the truth. Now, we might be really closed here and not speak a truth, and if we're, cut off, we can swallow other people's truth, and then we get confused and we don't know what's going on. When we drop into the heart space, it is about feeling. It's about feeling the bad stuff and the good stuff. But ultimately, it's not really good and bad. That's what the mind says. It's all just emotions. And when we can learn to consciously hold, space for our emotions, then we can drop further. So we're more authentic, then we're empowered down in our solar plexus. We feel confident in who we are. Down in the sacral chakra, we're grounding down so we know how to nourish. We feel nourished. We're not eating and drinking all the time to try and fill a hole that only our soul can. And then at the base chakra is where we're grounded. We feel safe. We're present with our physical reality. We're, putting our life purpose out. We're birthing things because we're coming down into our body and able to do that. So when you say, what color can you wear to block unwanted energy? The best form of protection is being in your body. So when we're coming down through our chakras, through all the colors, if we think about all the colors, that's our best protection. Our energy from the inside out, our aura being strong and full and clear of our intuitive energy of our soul. Our soul is the best form of protection, right? Now, if you walk into a really heavy space, you can use white light. So when I'm saying protect your energy and giving you these ideas for colors, it's not about putting a wall up and shielding yourself. That's the last thing you want to do, because it can sometimes turn into a concrete wall, and then we kind of forget and we kind of feel isolated and alone and wonder why we feel disconnected from life, because we've put up these shields. So when I'm talking about protecting your energy, when you're fully grounded in your body, you're present, you're aware of energy, you know what's going on with your energy, with your emotions, with somebody else's emotions. When we work through our chakras and come down, our intuition gets clearer. We become powerful, present, aware beings, and that is our best form of protection. Because when we take on negative energy and we're, feeling like, oh my God, these people are affecting me, or whatever it is, we're not in our body. So of course it's going to be passing through and getting stuck, and then it bogs down and we get sick and stuff, because there's no one in our body, we're not present, grounded in our body to be able to decipher that and go, you know what, no, I don't need to take that on. And it's more of a subconscious thing. It's an energetic frequency, right? When you're in your body, if you can imagine what the frequency of your soul is, right? It's a very, very vibrational. It's light, it's bright, it's powerful. So when that's in your being, negative energy doesn't really come in. One, it's not attracted, because if we think of law of attraction and like attracts like, so when it is a very, dense, empty energy, well, it's going to be attracting things in to try fill it up too, right? This is going back to the addiction thing. So, when we can be grounded and present in our body, we're full, we are a different, higher vibration and frequency. So those negative energies don't really affect us as much anymore either, right? So if you're going to, and the other thing about that is not getting into fear, like, oh my God, it's going to affect me, I can't do that, because that's going to affect you more than actually going, you know what, I'm a really powerful being and I'm choosing for this not to affect me right now. And if it is, then you might need to look at where your self-care is, and if you, haven't been taking care of yourself, well, things are going to affect you more, right? So just really, taking those aspects into consideration. I will put my How to Protect Your Energy YouTube in the comments as well, because I did a specific YouTube on that too. What was I just going to say? Yeah, but ultimately white is the best form of protection. If you think of white, well, that's your soul, and if your soul's in your body and that's beaming outwards, that's white in there. And then the other aspect I was going to say, the colors of the rainbow. The other thing you can use is Archangel Michael of 100% light, and I always say of 100% light on the end of it. So you're getting, again, that 100% light, that high vibrational frequency that can hold that sort of energy, right? What else? Let me think. Oh, let's talk back to this. So, because I found it really interesting that two kind of reddish cards, this one's more of a pinkish card, but they are very red, and how interesting that the darkness is on there, right? And I'm wearing black. I'm like, I'm doing a live stream on color and I'm wearing black, and I'm like, oh, it's like, and I'm very aware of that too. I'm like, oh, some people say black is draining and all this sort of thing. And when you study color, you know, therapy, because it is a thing, they will kind of say that. And, you know, I say whatever you believe is what is. So, I mean, I'm here telling you that, you know, the light white, the color white and the color black have every single color in the spectrum of those colors. Yeah. So when you're aware of that, you know, and it's sort of the thing, it's like if I put my black clothes on and go, oh, this is a draining color, and then you probably wonder why you feel drained all day, because you really set that intention. But if you put my black clothes on and it's like, well, this color has the full spectrum of every single color of the rainbow in it, and really draw that energy in, well, you're going to be vibrant and alive no matter what you're wearing, because it is an inside out thing. It's you choose how you want to feel, right? However, when I was just tuning in, like for the rose that's come out, attracting a relationship, we've got the black, you know, here it's like black and red. So it is about being grounded in your body. It's about everything that I've just been speaking about on this live stream, about how to nourish yourself, how to fill your own cup, how to be present and grounded in your body. Because if you're not present and grounded in your own body, you won't be present and grounded in your own life, and you won't be present and grounded in a relationship. So if you're looking for a relationship, and if you're having trouble staying in a relationship, or you're wondering what's going on, and you actually look back over your life and go, well, yeah, actually I haven't really been taking care of myself, or in the past 3 to 6 months or 12 months, you know, and that's on all levels. To be grounded in your body and at the base chakra, which is where this red is stemming from, is, you know, base chakra is your physical reality, it's finances, it's feeling safe, it's sexuality, it's something else, it's trust. Yeah. And if those factors, if you've got any issues in any of those areas of your life, there will be some sort of blockage or imbalance in your base chakra, and you won't be grounded and housed in there. So when you are consciously working on a chakra, you're shifting your entire life, because that is the, you know, collective consciousness that affects that aspect of your reality. So I go, like I said, I go into more detail. I've actually pinned that YouTube to the top of this live stream in the comments there, so you can see, you know, if you're really feeling drawn to it, there's like a whole training there for free, basically, on the chakras and how you can use them in your life, and what areas they affect in your life. So with that one, and this one here, right, the watermelon, is have fun with your inner child. Ta-da! So this is a really important aspect too. So if you've been watching the entire live stream, it is that sense of your inner child is what feels nourished and loved or not. And if you have a disconnect with your inner child, if you don't take care of yourself, if you, you know, have issues with any sort of area of your life, this inner child is needing your attention, right? So the inner child card has come up. The rose, attracting your relationship. So if you're in a relationship and you're having relationship issues, you'll need to be looking at the inner child within yourself. Now you need to do that before you make any major decisions in your relationship, because when you work internally, your relationship shifts, right? It completely changes and shifts. Now with these coming up for the color live stream, the inner child, it says have fun with your inner child. And whilst it is a reddy color, just like this, and very base chakra, inner child does relate to the solar plexus, about having fun and feeling confident in who you are, to have that fun in your life, right? Most people grow up and we lose that fun as a child. That, you know, they say that as we get older, we step into adulthood and forget how to have fun, right? So when we can honor the fun that we need, but also the care that we need as if we were a child, and look after ourselves, because nobody's going to do that for us. It's up to us to do that. Then we can come into a really solid, grounded space. We feel confident. We feel good about ourselves. We're nourished at our core, which is a sacral chakra, like we've been talking all of this live stream, and talking about addictions and everything like that. Nothing will fill you up but your soul and your spirit. So when you can ground into your body through everything I've just been talking about on this live stream, then you can really, really ground down and attract the relationship that you want. Or if you're in a relationship, it will transform your relationship because you're feeling different inside. So it's obviously a message for the collective. I am going to check out the bottom card of the deck, because that's what I do when I do readings. And would you believe it is the chocolate card, but do you know what the chocolate card says? Nourish your body and soul, which is everything that I've been talking about on this live stream. So I obviously had to look at that. And it's brown, and I enjoy chocolates, chocolates, that thing. But when I spoke about the pancreas as well, it's about the sugar and the sweetness of life. And the inner child is that sweetness. It's the sweet, innocent child, right? And feeling nourished by, if you're not feeling nourished, it's probably your inner child is really needing some love, right? When we're eating like lots of chocolate, or we're eating lots of ice cream, or we're eating and eating and eating, or we're trying to drink, over drinking or overworking, or whatever our addiction is, at its core, we're just needing love and nourishment, yeah? So the chocolate, like, it is brown, and that's a very earth color too. So it is about being grounded in your body all the way down to completely nourish you, and your whole reality shifts. So I hope that's helped you, and if you do think that can help somebody, please share it with them or tag their name in the comments. And with this chocolate and being grounded into the earth, being grounded down into your body, your life purpose is at your base chakra. It is when you come down into your soul, and your soul's in your body, then you're able to, birth your life purpose, because your soul has your blueprint of your life purpose. But if you're not in your body and taking care of yourself, your physical self and your emotional, all of that, taking care of yourself, your soul won't want to come into your body. Like, there's pain, and it's not a good place to be housed, right? So we look after our house. So it's very, very interesting. It's the inner relationship that affects your entire reality. So I hope that kind of answers your question there, Cass. How do you protect your energy? That is that other live stream that I shared in the comments there for you too. But, the best form of protection is to be grounded in your body and to be present with your energy, so that you're conscious of other energies that are going on around you. So I hope that really helps you. So speaking of life purpose, the 12 steps to awakening your life purpose, the link is above, and we start that in, I think it's 2 weeks, on the 21st, and that is, awakening your life purpose. These are the key elements. This is not something I've taught in any other course before. This is brand new information. Well, it's not brand new information, but it's information that I've not taught anywhere before in any of my courses. So the 12 steps to awaken your life purpose, we start in 2 weeks, and it is something that the Life Purpose Mentorship gets for free for being part of the membership. So if you want to join the Life Purpose Mentorship, you get that for free as well. You get access to that training. But otherwise, the 12 steps to awakening your life purpose is that it is, this information that I'm feeling really called to share. It's not anywhere else that I've taught it ever before, and I'm actually really, really excited about it, because I was like, oh my god, of course, how can I not have taught this before? Like, what? So it's obviously the time. So if you have ever been called to doing any of my courses and you haven't done anything yet, this would be the perfect one, because it does start on a very, very powerful note. We are starting on the 21st of March. So all the details are in the link above. If you've got any questions about it, please send me a private message. Otherwise, I shall see you very, very soon. And yeah, you're very welcome. Thanks, Cass. Sounds like it really helped you today. I felt really cool to talk about the color therapy. So yeah, really, really awesome. And thank you all for joining me live on Instagram and on Facebook. And remember to keep it really real. Lots of love to you. Namaste.